Our next guest is a very funny man and a good friend of ours. He'll be the MC for the Bob Hope Classic Ball on January 17th. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Dreesen.
Did I hurt you? I'm sorry, pal.
Yeah, the Bob Hope Classic. That's the Bob Hope Classic Golf Tournament, and then they have like a formal ball the last night of the thing or something?
The first day to kick off the tournament, and then we do 5 days of playing golf.
Were you friends with Bob Hope?
Yes, I like Bob Hope very much. I toured with him.
You toured with him. Did you ever go overseas with Bob Hope?
No, I did not. I went overseas with Dave Letterman.
Oh, what an experience that was.
We went to Iraq. It's in Paul's book.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
How you been? What's going on? What's new?
I've been busy. I've been touring around. I was just in Chicago for a good reason. It was Frank Sinatra's birthday, and so I did a show.
How old would he have been were he alive today?
93.
93
Yeah,
years
he
old.
was in. I did a show. I did 1 hour of stand-up comedy and 30 minutes of Sinatra stories.
Great.
You know, I had a Rat Pack group open for me, and just.
Now, what does that mean? You had a Rat Pack group open?
It was a guy who does Sammy, a guy who does Dean.
Guys doing impressions.
Yeah, and they opened for me, and so then I did an hour of stand-up comedy, and it was just a great audience, and I told 30 minutes of Sinatra stories.
Tell us some right now. I want to hear some Sinatra stories right now.
This moment.
Some good ones. The kind of stuff that you can't tell everywhere you go. You know, I want some really good insight. We know about the public Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Give us some behind-the-stage Frank Sinatra stories.
I don't have any of those stories to tell you. I'm sorry. No. Well, I mean, one of the Christmas. This is one of my favorite stories about him. At Christmas time, first of all, what do you buy for Frank Sinatra? So I would always feed 500 homeless, send them a letter that 500 homeless people were fed in his name.
Well, where do you send a letter to homeless people? I mean, where?
Well,
how do you do that?
Hey, I'm dating a homeless woman now.
Is that right?
It's great. After a date, you can just drop her off anywhere.
No.
You set me up for that.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want to do that.
Taking an ugly. It's the holidays. Taking an ugly damn turn.
You know.
You know the Red Fox story. He's doing a late show at some hotel in Las Vegas, and he comes out and there's 5 people in the audience. You know that.
Well, you tell me. You're doing very well.
The announcer says, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the comedy stylings of Red Fox," and they play the music. Red comes out. He looks over the audience and he says, 5 people. I ain't doing no damn show for 5 people. And then he walks off. Is that a true story? Have you ever heard that?
It's true, but Red Fox never used language like that.
Never.
You know? It is a true story. It is a true story. But every Christmas, Frank, Julie Rizzo, his bodyguard, had a glass eye.
Julie Rizzo had a
glass eye, knocked out in a fight. Very tough guy.
Wow.
But he had a glass eye. And, of course, Sammy Davis Jr. had one eye.
One eye.
So every Christmas, Frank would buy a set of binoculars, saw them in half, and send one to Sammy. That was just But Chicago was fun for me because it's Christmas, and I love being in Chicago. I mean, it's cold. I mean, it's always too cold. I mean, I saw a dog stuck to a fire hydrant. We're talking cold. You know?
Really?
But I was there Christmas shopping because President Obama's new Cash for Caucasians program has really worked out for me. Well, they had the cash for clunkers, but I didn't have any clunkers, but I had a lot of old Caucasians laying around. And I did that, which I also wanted. This is historic time that it was just 2 months ago, President Obama signed the stimulus package on the same desk that Bill Clinton had his package stimulated.
Wow. So, package stimulated. 5 people!
But life is great.
But you look tremendous. You look great. You look like you're taking care of yourself. Your health is good, I guess, looking at you.
Preventive, you always have to stay in front.
Oh, sure.
I went to UCLA the other day for a checkup, the prostate. Every man Arnold Palmer, the first thing he'll say to you, he'll
Yeah.
say, Arnie, help me with my putting. How's your prostate? Get your prostate
that's right.
checked. So men have
Well,
to do
no,
it.
it's no laughing matter.
it's no
Prostate
laughing matter.
cancer, and it's the kind of thing that can be treated readily if you find out about it sooner.
Ahead. So I went to have that
if you
done.
let it go, then you're in big trouble.
You're right. And guys always tell you, you don't want to go because guys tell you, you know about the exam, you know what they do to you, you know how they find out, you know
That's
what they
why I go. Kidding me? Look at me.
So I go. I went to UCLA, and I go, anyhow, and they put me in this room, and I'm a nervous wreck, and in comes this doctor, who I can't look him in the eyes because I'm too busy looking at the size of his fingers, and I can't see his fingers, because he's got a rubber glove in one hand and the biggest tube of KY jelly I've ever seen in my life. And then, then moments later, he violated me.
He violated you. He violated you. Wow.
Well, that's what I call it.
Thank God he didn't stimulate your package.
Well, we didn't say. But,
violated
he
you.
violated
Yeah.
me in his search for Jimmy Hoffa or whatever he was doing up there, But
Did he call the next day?
He doesn't call, he doesn't write. I mean, what are you going to do with a guy like that? Yeah. But he did say something that was very interesting to me, and it's true. It was in Time magazine. He said, men should have, Tommy, have sex at least twice a week. And I said, why? He said, men who have sex twice a week live longer than those who don't. So it's a good thing I got divorced. I'd have been dead 5 years ago. That's it.
Well.
Now, I want to say one more thing. My ex-wife, I shouldn't do that because I do jokes about her, but she did try to save our marriage. I came home one time. She said, Tommy, tie me up, and then you can do anything you want. So I tied her up, and I went to play golf. So she tried.
5 people. I do know. You're for 5 damn people.
That's not the kind of material you used to do when we started out.
Oh, it's Christmas.
I know.
Tom, by the way, will be helping feed the homeless at the Laugh Factory on Christmas Day out there in Los Angeles, California. Good for
doing
you.
show. We do comedy
Do
for
a show
them.
and then you feed the
all the comedians. We do a show for the homeless and we feed them at the Laugh Factory. So
Good to see
if you're
you.
homeless, come on.
Tom Dreesen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Alicia Keys, everybody.